This is ABC 7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. First, tonight, the full 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals will hear arguments tomorrow about a controversial gun law in the state. The law, known as Docs versus Glocks, was enacted in 2011. It restricts doctors from asking questions and recording information about their patients' gun ownership. Some doctors feel that since guns can pose a threat to children, that they have a right to ask their parents, but others feel as though the doctor's office shouldn't discuss these politics.
When they ask about guns and then they lecture you to get rid of guns, that's politics. That's not medicine. We take our children to the doctor because they're sick. We don't take them there for political lectures on guns.
What we're after is let's protect that kid and be sure that kid doesn't get killed or injured inappropriately because the firearm that's in the home is not properly stored.
The National Rifle Association has a robust gun safety curriculum, and the doctors can pass out the group's brochures to all of their patients. Some doctors say that if they speak to a parent about a safety issue, they're much more likely to do something about it.
A Sarasota man is busted for possessing several fully loaded guns. The arrest happening this morning along Martin Luther King Jr. Way in Sarasota. Police charging Lamarcus Slidell with carrying a concealed firearm. He is a convicted felon. Sarasota police officers approached Slidell and noticed a gun in his pocket. They also recovered 2 other firearms. Slidell says he bought the guns because he was shot 5 times in the past. City of Venice is exploring a new tax to pay for fire department expenses. Council members voting to move forward with the first steps of a proposed fire tax that would be levied on all property owners. The money would then be used to pay for all fire department operations and capital costs, including the cost to replace aging fire trucks and other looming expenses.
But we couldn't very easily contribute $2 million to one department for one function for a year. That would pretty much devastate the capital plan.
We want to basically give the fire department a much better, stable revenue so they can count on equipment, the proper safety devices for them, and also the manpower that we need to operate a fire department.
If approved, the fire tax will not be implemented until 2018. For now, council members have directed staff to work with a consultant to come up with details for that tax.
And now it's time to get a check on our forecast.
It was beautiful this
It
morning.
was,
Low
yeah.
humidity, Bob, felt great.
Yeah, no real problems with any kind of heat index as a result of the dry air that has moved in behind this frontal boundary, which moved through on Sunday. It's now hung up down to our south, and we have number 4. This is the earliest we've had 4 named storms in the Atlantic Basin. Danielle making landfall now into Mexico, bringing some heavy rainfall and some dangerous mudslides there. The latest on it, top winds are at 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour. Gusts up to 60. It will continue to move off to the west, where it will run into the mountains and eventually cause all sorts of headaches there with mudslides as well as flash flooding with the heavy rainfall. For us, a few light rain showers have been around this evening, this afternoon. Very brief showers pushing off to the west. We're not anticipating a lot of concentrated rainfall. You can see 1 or 2 lone showers around. Most of that should be winding down here fairly soon. We'll have much more in our forecast. Let you know about increasing rain chances for our area coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. A report from Florida's Department of Environmental Protection is raising concerns about possible ground contamination at a former golf course. Developer Highland Homes plans to build 142 units on the site of the old Palm View Hills golf course in Palmetto. But some neighbors worry construction could be harmful to their health and safety. That's because of a 2014 DEP clean sweep report that looked into the former golf course, called the operation sloppy and in need of housekeeping improvements. It referenced improper storage of herbicides and insecticides. Now nearby residents are calling on the county to do some further testing.
Whoever the owner is responsible for cleanup if there's issues. They're responsible for any of those environmental concerns on their property.
So we really want somebody independent to come in here and test the soil at various locations and say, hey, everything's all clear, or you've got a big problem here.
In a statement, Highland Homes told us they're eager to meet any and all regulatory requirements.
Today, 13 families from around the country are in Sarasota to put their loved ones in a final resting place with an eternal reef. This memorialization process includes mixing their loved ones' ashes with an environmentally friendly concrete in the shape of a ball. It is then placed into the ocean, providing a permanent living memorial. It also helps replenish the ocean's diminishing natural reef system. Today, the families went out on boats and lowered these reef balls into their new homes in the ocean and into these waters to start beginning the new reef system.
We have a little reef ball made up, and we have it all decorated. We're about to go around and place that over the site of the real reef ball as a dedication.
I would highly encourage anyone who's not sure or needs closure with their family member and they cremate. By far, this has been one of the most beautiful, comforting, just eternal things. We just feel so comforted.
The Eternal Reef and Reef Innovations have been a part of us for a long time, and we are just very dedicated and enjoy what they do.
The family members went out into the Gulf today to release these reef balls at the Silvertooth Reef just off of Siesta Key.
Pretty neat way.
Very neat
to
way.
Remember your loved ones.
It's very neat.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, families are upset over the conditions at a cemetery in Sarasota County and are taking the initiative to improve it themselves.
And some major improvements to a popular hot spot in Manatee County. On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
And ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilkes, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month, complimentary maintenance included, at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say,
"Hey, Culligan man."
What began as a Sarasota City resolution against assault weapons has turned into controversy for the city manager.
Tom Barwin proposed a resolution in the wake of the mass murder in Orlando that resulted in the death of 49 people by a man who used an assault weapon. But opposition is mounting. ABC 7's Ray Collins joins us live from City Hall in Sarasota with the latest tonight. Ray?
Haley and Scott, in the wake of last week's Orlando tragedy, Barwin said he felt the need to take action against what he calls weapons of war on our streets. Barwin said assault rifles like the one used by the Orlando shooter have no place in the streets of American cities. So tonight he's asking city commissioners to approve a resolution calling on federal, state, and local officials to limit the availability of assault weapons. Here's his comment, followed by a local gun shop owner.
This is just emptying people's souls, and there's no reason for it. So I think we as a city would feel remiss if we didn't look at what we could do to minimize the proliferation of these weapons.
I don't understand how, let's ban the guns. The guns are bad. What happened to all the mental institutions in the country where we would have people that were mentally unstable that would go to them? They're gone.
Touch each other just to make sure that each other...
Barwin may have support on commission. However, City Attorney Bob Fournier says passing this resolution could open the city to a lawsuit by the National Rifle Association. And published reports say that Barwin had a previous issue with the NRA in his last job in Illinois that wound up costing his city a reported $700,000 in legal fees. Barwin disputes that figure. Scott, back to you.
And Ray, even if this does pass tonight, it really doesn't carry any weight, right? It's just kind of a symbolic thing.
Yeah, this is really ceremonial in nature, just asking officials at the federal, state, and local level to do something about the assault weapons situation. So it's ceremonial. However, the NRA is watching very closely what Sarasota does with this resolution. It could be a lawsuit. Taxpayers hope it doesn't go in that direction. We'll have full details tonight at 11. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Ray, thank you so much.
Disgraceful and disrespectful are just some of the words community members are using to describe the cemetery at Sarasota Memorial Park.
The cemetery is on US 41 in South Sarasota. Veterans, adults, and children are buried there, but some of their families are upset with the lack of maintenance. They say the grass hasn't been mowed since Memorial Day, and you can't see some of the headstones. Today, a group of local residents decided to take it upon themselves to clean it up.
We made everybody aware and nothing was being done. We saw that there was veterans plots out here, there's children buried out here, and so we just thought it was disrespectful, and so we wanted to help out.
I decided that maybe I should help try to pretty it up a little bit. I personally, the way I look at it is I find it's kind of disrespectful to let this happen.
Kevin Angel, who helped organize this cleanup, says the cemetery's owner told him that he was out of the country and he doesn't have a lawn crew.
The new and improved Rabonia Community Center in Manatee County is now open and ready to host summer activities. At today's ribbon-cutting ceremony, community leaders thanked Manatee County commissioners and other groups for their help with renovations. For weeks, crews have been fixing up the center, which sat vacant for 3 years. The kitchen was renovated, a new AC unit was added, the roof was repaired, plus some other additions. The center will now be used for a youth drop-in program this summer. Area kids will be able to go there for recreational activities, sports, and to take field trips to community pools and the movies. They have been fighting so hard in this community for this, and it is long overdue.
And it will be used just in time for summer.
Perfect timing. Yeah.
We'll be right back with Bob's forecast. Stay with us.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves on providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction. To list your home with SWC, give us a call and don't forget to watch the House to Home Show every Saturday night here on ABC 7. It's simple. We just market your home better.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case,
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix offers 2 full days of racing just off Lido. Aquacross racing returns with more than 80 personal watercraft teams, along with 10 superstock boats, averaging 70 miles an hour. Then more than 30 powerboats take to the water many topping speeds of 100. And don't miss the Boats on Main block party and meet and greet Who's in the Driver's Seat, events so you can meet the racers up close and personal.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
My morning walk was delightful.
So much nicer.
Yes,
Yeah.
and tomorrow's will be just as nice, and maybe even Wednesday it's going to extend into. You know, you don't normally see this in summer. Dew point temperatures don't go below the 70-degree mark, but today, different story, low 60s. Think about it, last week it was mid-70s we were dealing with it, and this is the first day of summer. Actually, it starts in just a few minutes. It's almost here. It's not quite here yet, but we are looking at it arriving here in about, 15, 20 minutes or so. That's right. The summer solstice begins at 6:34 tonight, and that means the sun's angle, the direct angles, at 23.5 degrees north latitude. And it's the highest point in our sky, and it's the longest day of the year. Tomorrow will be 13 hours and 51 minutes. Today, 13 hours and 52 minutes, and officially arrives at 6:34. As far as the winds go, they're out of the east now. When they come out of the east, it has a tendency to actually dry things out a bit, and that's what we're seeing today. No sea breeze developing, and just a few brief showers now and again moving on through, and that's from the Lakewood Ranch camera right there. Right down the road at University Park, I was able to give a talk to the CERT, the CERT group there. That's the Citizens Emergency Response Team, and a lot of neighborhoods have these now. They're very important teams that help out if there is an emergency, and a lot of great questions that were asked. That was last week. This was this weekend, a weekend rainbow. Dave Kaplan sending this one in, a double rainbow right over Sarasota. What a great shot that was. Yeah, all the way. A double rainbow all the way. Dry air all the way down south into the Keys tonight. There's a frontal boundary down here. We have a tropical storm over the western Gulf of Mexico, but for us, limited showers now popping up. That stationary front now down to our south. That's the same front that brought us that dry air now, and it will continue to stay with us at least through tomorrow and most of Wednesday. I mentioned the lone shower here and there. I ran into a brief sprinkle, and you may too tonight, but no accumulation anticipated, and it shouldn't be around all that long. Currently, the temperature is 91. Boy, a high heat index, right? Just 92. The dew point temperature at 63. The humidity at 39%. Again, you don't see that often here. A 91-degree high today. That's 2 degrees above the average. 73 was the low. Will be a couple degrees cooler than that tomorrow. No rainfall officially at the airport, immeasurable. 90 in Tallahassee. It's 91 in Sarasota, 84 into Sebring now, and Orlando, 87 in Venice Gardens. In Northport, you're at 87. Northport, your low tonight, 68 degrees. 71 in Venice. Inland areas a little bit cooler, but what will be nice is the low humidity around every location, really, for that matter, maybe a little higher near the coast. 68 in Wauchula and 68 in Sebring. Well, the RPM forecast model not showing much tonight. Tomorrow stays relatively dry. We'll start to see more of an east to southeasterly wind by Wednesday, at least this model hinting at that. And that means a better chance for a few scattered showers. I don't think it's going to be too rough. We'll notice that humidity start to come up. And then Thursday and Friday, a good chance of returning to summer afternoon storms. Again, here is our system, Danielle. It is the 4th named storm of the season, fairly quickly for this to develop too, and developed just this afternoon, and this morning I should say, right around 11 o'clock, and the winds are at 45 miles an hour. Top winds are at 60 and the pressure at 1,007 millibars. It's the earliest ever we've had 4 named storms develop here in the Atlantic Basin. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see an active season, but sure looks like it. A low tide at 8:53, and then another low tide at 7:05 tomorrow morning. East winds for boaters tomorrow, a little strong to start the day off. Seas running right around 2 feet with a moderate chop. The water temperature now at 86 degrees. UV index will be high tomorrow, but should be a nice day on the beach. Pleasant tonight, mostly fair. Cooler, a low of 71 degrees. We'll have northeasterly winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow looks good. A few sprinkles, 88 for your high, and partly cloudy skies, northeasterly winds at 5 to 10. The extended forecast does call for a little bit better chance for rain on Wednesday, and then we get back to summer on Thursday. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A follow-up now on the overflow of animals at Manatee County Animal Services. More than 24 dogs and cats have been adopted from the shelter since Friday. But the Palmetto shelter is still 2 times more full than its maximum capacity. It's built to house about 80 dogs and 50 cats, and there are now nearly 300 animals on the property. The overflow was from a recent seizure in Manatee County. Coming up, we're going to take you to Vamo, a couple miles south of downtown Sarasota.
And we'll introduce you to a woman who has made 70 years worth of memories right in that town.
Guns in America, a critical test now set for Capitol Hill. Can your voice make a difference? Plus, as wildfires rage in the West, the sweltering start to summer bringing dangerous heat for millions across the country. This week on World News Tonight with David Muir.
On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
And ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilgus, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good.
Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Did you know? When your dog stays at Canine Corral, the play is free? Contact Canine Corral today about boarding and daycare packages. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get four-wheeler magazines 4x4 of the decade, a new Jeep Wrangler as low as $25,999, or drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Get a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Every week we put the spotlight on a Suncoast community in our series, A Place We Call Home.
Today, ABC 7's Linda Carson takes us to a place some of us call Vamo, but some longtime residents call Vamo. Linda?
Well, Vamo or Vamo is about 10 miles south of downtown Sarasota. It's only a mile long and a half a mile wide, but it has a fascinating history, and a 102-year-old lady who has lived there for 70 years says it's a great place to call home.
This house was built in 1900 by the only doctor in the area. He often delivered babies here. Vamo was developed in the 1920s. People were flooding to Florida then to make their fortune on land deals.
And these are two couples. They pooled their funds. There was a Wrens. Their name was Wren, W-R-E-N-N. And the other one was Gibsons. Gibsons were from Virginia, and Wren was from Missouri.
They discovered a small community south of Sarasota called Bayonne with a lot of for sale signs.
And they thought this would be a good place to start a little community, and we'll just make a lot of money right here.
And so they bought up the property and changed the name to represent their home states.
They chose VAMO, and it's Virginia and Missouri, but they called it VAMO. VAMO.
And they bought the doctor's big 18-room house.
They thought if they could get a motel started here, they could bring the people down from Missouri and Virginia, and they would have a clientele.
And they'd sell them houses. In 1923, they began to build houses.
They had 75-foot lots. They built a house on every other lot.
They originally sold for around $12,000. Norma still lives in one of them. This is the original bedroom in this house that was built in the 1920s. That's Norma when she first arrived here, and she's decorated this bedroom much as it would have been back in those days. Things were going great. Then the Depression hit. Many VAMO residents lost their homes, and the original investors lost everything.
Wrens and the Gibsons went home penniless.
Eventually, VAMO bounced back. VAMO has luxury houses and small houses today, but Norma says wherever you live in VAMO, it's a great place to call home.
I like it because I can walk to the mall, I can walk to the stores, and there's no traffic noise, but I don't miss the traffic noise. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful that it's so quiet down here. And the bay is right here.
VAMO must be a very healthy place to live. 102-year-old Norma Martin is still an active real estate broker working out of her home office. So you've got to be healthy to be going strong at that age.
Yeah, way to go. That's amazing. Thank you, Linda.
Thanks for joining us. World News Tonight is next.
Have a great evening.